There are multiple English translations of the Bible that seem to indicate that 603,550 male Hebrews, 20 and over, fled Egypt to escape slavery and the Pharaoh. For example, in Exodus 38, 25 and 26, it states the following: "And the silver from those of the congregation who were numbered was 100 talents and 1,775 shekels by the shekel of the sanctuary, a beka a head, that is, half a shekel by the shekel of the sanctuary, for everyone who was numbered in the census, from 20 years old and upward, for 603,550 men." If we add in women and children, that number balloons to 2 million. But did 2 million people flee Egypt? Or could there be an error in the translations? If we assume each paid half a shekel, we would assume they paid 301,775 bekas, or half shekels. However, Dr. Colin Humphreys commented on this issue in 1998 in the Vetus Testamentum. Quote, "A mathematical analysis is given of the very large numbers of people at the Exodus from Egypt recorded in the book of Numbers. It is shown that there were, quote, 273 firstborn Israelites who exceed the number of Levites in Numbers 3:43. Then the total number of Israelite men aged over 20 in the census following the Exodus was about 5,000, not 603,550, as apparently recorded in Numbers. The apparent error in Numbers, and of course it's also in Exodus 38, arises because the ancient Hebrew word can mean thousand, troop, or leader, according to the context," end quote. Outside of that, it can also mean clan. Back to the quote. "On our interpretation, all the figures and numbers are internally consistent, including the numbers at both censuses, the encampment numbers, etc. In addition, we deduce that the number of males in the average Israelite family at the time of the Exodus was 8 to 9, consistent with the concern of the Egyptians that the Israelites had multiplied greatly whilst in Egypt, according to Exodus 1:7. The total number of men, women, and children at the Exodus was about 20,000, rather than the figure of over 2 million apparently suggested by the book of Numbers," end quote. Furthermore, some have used Canaanite scales on talents, which suggests that a talent is 3,000 shekels to inflate the numbers. If we use the Egyptian scales instead, those numbers decrease significantly, the payment for the tax. It's more likely that the Hebrews would have used Egyptian scales because they hadn't even entered Canaan yet. Based on Dr. Robert Stieglitz's 1979 article in the Journal of American Oriental Society, a talent in Egypt was 933 grams, while a shekel was 9.33 grams, and a mina, or a deben, was 93.33 grams. So a talent is 100 times the shekel, or 200 times a half shekel, which makes the taxes paid much more affordable with a smaller group of people. I hope you enjoyed this. Please like, subscribe, and do come again. And just remember, whether you eat, drink, or whatever you do, do it all for God's glory.